Hi everybody! Hello my fellow Americans! I'm Vance Dykes, and I'm George H.W. Bush, the 41st President of the United States of America. And in this video, I want to share a very special book with you. It's a book that I've been reading recently called God Is Not Mad at You, and it was written by televangelist Joyce Meyer. Why let God be mad at anybody? Well, as she points out in this book, there are just some people in our lives who are supposed to represent God, like maybe our fathers or maybe certain preachers, and they haven't really done a great job, representing God, God being a loving, kind, merciful God, who wants to help us to be the best people that we can be, but instead portrayed, and especially preachers, there are some fire and brimstone preachers, who always make God out to be this vengeful, angry God who is always angry at us for random reasons. We can never get things right, so they preach about God and sin and all that other stuff, and they just preach about God and sin in a certain way to where, people feel like that God is not really a merciful, loving, kind God at all, but rather a vengeful, wrathful God who gets angry over every little thing. Like anytime we stub our toes, he gets angry at us. Stub your toe? It was the only example I could think of. Don't judge me. I wasn't trying to judge you. Right. So, but Joyce Meyer in her book, she goes on to talk about how, God is not mad at us, because, God, through his son, Jesus Christ, he paid the ultimate price for all of us who are sinners, because we're never going to get it right. We're always going to make mistakes. We're always going to sin. It's just a part of our nature as human beings. So, but God already knew that, and he gave us a way to where we could have an eternal relationship with him, and that's through the sacrificial love of Jesus Christ. Amen. Preach, brother, preach! I am. So, and another thing that Joyce Meyer talks about in this book is that, we shouldn't focus on trying to be like everyone else who we may assume have a much better relationship with God than we do, like maybe the Pope or a televangelist or whatever, but we should be more focused on trying to be the best us that we can possibly be. Like me, for example. There are moments where I just need to focus on me being the best me that I can possibly be, and not try and be like anybody else. That is wonderful. Those are beautiful words of wisdom. So that's why I'm trying to say, if you have not purchased Joyce Meyer's book, God Is Not Mad at You, I encourage you, please purchase this book and read it for yourself. You're not going to be sorry. You may feel a renewed relationship with God that you probably need and have needed for a very, very long time. Oh, and for the record, I have no connection to Joyce Meyer. She's not paying me to say this. I'm not paying myself. I'm basically encouraging myself to say this. Well, there is still a great reward for you in heaven, and I'm sure of that. Thank you. I'm Vance Dykes, and I approve this message. Hey, that's my thing. I'm George H.W. Bush, and I approve this message. And I'm Vance Dykes, and I approve this video. God bless. And may God continue to bless America.